Hebrews, Hebrews, Hebrews. This is Prophets of Awakening. This is our evening Shabbat class, the 10th of February, 2024. What I'm gonna do is I'll be reading out of the book of Jeremiah. I'll pick up from the chapters that was we stopped on the women's line for the night. Okay, you can go to our YouTube channel, Prophets of Awakening, and check out our videos. We have over 900 videos with all sorts of topics, all sorts of classes and lessons. If you want to check them out, these videos will connect dots for you and lead you to the truth of the Holy Scriptures. And if you like what you're hearing and receiving, I'm asking you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. And for those that want to support the channel, to see the channel move along, you got a cash up at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Our hours of operation on Tuesday nights. We have our men and women come together for our advanced Bible study on Tuesday nights. And then we have our reading through the Tanakh on Wednesday nights, where we do a lot of reading and breaking down scriptures, connecting dots. And Thursday night, we have our women's advanced Bible study night. It's from 8 to 10 Central Time. All our classes are 8 to 10 Central Time, except on Shabbat. And then we come back on Friday night for our men's advanced Bible study. It's from 8 to 10 Central Time, but it's on Clubhouse, on our non-Messianic room on Clubhouse. And we have 2 Shabbat classes. We have one in the morning from 10 to 12 a.m. Then we come back to close the Shabbat out from 6 to 7. That's on every Saturday for the Shabbat. Okay. And with that being said, this is a non-Messianic channel. By that I mean we deal with the Tanakh and the Torah. Tanakh being the Old Testament, the so-called Book of Remembrance, and the Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament that was given to Moses by the Lord of Hosts. Okay, and it consists of our laws, statutes, history, and our way of life, our culture. Shalom and welcome to this channel, and welcome to our evening Shabbat class. We're going to do our normal, which is a moment of silence, evening Shabbat prayer, and we'll read the Psalms, do some current events, little need to know information, and then we'll open it up for some questions and comments and dialogue. Anybody feel the need to, okay? And then we'll go into our topic, which is we'll be reading out of the book of Jeremiah, okay? This moment of silence for the Lord of hosts, and all that he's doing to bring about our prophesied deliverance in these last days, okay? O Lord, righteousness and uprightness belongeth unto thee. Therefore we come this day at this hour seeking our face and looking for righteousness and uprightness, that we may walk before thee as our servants David, Solomon, Samuel, and Hezekiah did, that we may walk before thee in truth and in righteousness and in rightness of heart. Give unto us, O Lord, an understanding heart, that we may discern between good and bad, for we know you possess the power to turn us. And for we desire to walk after thee, O Lord, and to keep your commandments and your testimony and your statutes with all our heart and soul, to perform the words of the covenant that was written down by your prophets. O Lord, allow thy face to shine upon our people and hear our plea. Hear and do, O Lord. Hide not thy face from us any longer, for we need you so very much at this hour. Peace be unto you. Okay. I'll read the Psalms right quick. I'll read Psalms 37. Okay. It's the true state of the wicked. Okay. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. And fret not thyself because of him who prosper in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be, yea, thou shalt diligently consider their place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay those of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bow shall be broken. A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arm of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. And the Lord knoweth the day of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil times. In the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemy of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume in the smoke, shall they consume away. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now I am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful, and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil, and do good, dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hands, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace, but the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in a time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. So that was Psalms 37, true state of the wicked. Any comments on that? Well, I read that a lot because of, the verses in that Psalms speak for themselves, and they shine a light on the Lord of hosts, which nobody seems to do. I hope, our trust should be in him, waiting on him in all things. Any comments on that? Okay, so what we do is go to some current events, do that.
$3,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer.
actually involved in 3 legal actions with the Biden administration right now.
Well, all eyes on the Southwest region this morning as Texas Governor Greg Abbott is expected to make major announcement about security. Governor Greg Abbott's office says he has bused more than 100,000 migrants to so-called sanctuary cities like Chicago, New York, and Denver. And it's all part of this operation that's been going on for a few years called Operation Lone Star.
President Joe Biden accused Republicans of caving to the demands of former President Donald Trump.
We have to get the resources to the border to get the job done. So Republicans have to decide, who do they serve? Donald Trump or the American people? It's time for Republicans in the Congress to show a little courage, to show a little spine.
You guys talk a lot, including today, about how the border wouldn't be such a big deal if Congress would have just passed your immigration bill on day one. Who was in charge of Congress on day one?
Look, this is a difficult issue, obviously. This is a difficult issue.
All of this is that massive bipartisan border deal failed to pass. And sources with the CBP are confirming more than 1 million encounters at the southern border this fiscal year. That outpaces last year's data at this exact same time.
We're here to explain to America that we are dealing with the biggest border crisis since America had borders. It's all because Joe Biden allowed this entire area to be penetrated by the drug cartels that smuggled in illegal immigrants. Have you seen an area that is boxed off by a container that has razor wire on the container or on the ground or on the fence? Those are areas that illegal immigrants were once able to cross that are now unable to cross. And the reason why we've been able to achieve that level of decrease in illegal crossings is only because of great teamwork in agencies across the state of Texas. First, an update about some numbers from the Texas Department of Public Safety. They have made over 39,000 criminal arrests. They have apprehended more than 480,000 illegal migrants. They've deterred more than 95,000 illegal entries and engaged in more than 4,300 bailouts. They have filed more than 19,000 charges for smuggling. Those charges for smuggling now face a new consequence because of members of the legislature who stand behind me. They passed a bill that I signed into law that increases the mandatory minimum time behind bars for smugglers to 10 years. If you smuggle somebody into or through and across the state of Texas illegally, you'll be spending a long time behind bars. In addition to what the Texas Department of Public Safety has been doing, we've also had unprecedented success by the Texas National Guard. They have more than 1 million encounters with illegal immigrants. They have turned back more than 90,000 people who were trying to get into the country illegally. In addition to what they're doing through other agencies and in part through what the National Guard themselves are doing. There have been more than 160 miles altogether of barriers placed up, not counting the border wall. They include the razor wire, fencing, anti-climb barriers, these Connex boxes, and the buoys that are in the river. Those together add up to more than 160 miles of barriers that have been placed up. Also, Texas is the first and only state in the history of the United States of America to build our own border wall. If you look at the amount of wall already constructed and the amount of wall that is going to be under construction, Texas will have built more of the Trump border wall than even Trump built in the state of Texas. Now, the results are amazing. If you look at what has changed with regard to illegal border crossings in the past half year or so, you see that even though Texas represents about 2/3 of the border, we represent only about 30% of the crossings. The lead crossing areas are California, Arizona, and New Mexico that represent 70% of the crossings. Now, unlike before, migrants are choosing to go to states other than Texas. And that's because Texas has put up the resistance that it has. Early on, under the Biden administration, most of the migrants were coming through Texas. That's not true. The same is true for this area that we gather in right now. If you look at this massive park area, this is an area where you would regularly see 2,000, 3,000, maybe 4,000 people crossing the border illegally. Since this park has been taken over by the National Guard, the daily average is under 10 a day. It shows that deterrence can achieve results at decreasing illegal immigration.
Okay, any comments on that? Okay.
Welcome to Revo. Now your go-to. Our mission is to bring you the latest and most impactful advancements in pioneering future connectivity. With the rapid advancement of technology, China has once again seized the global spotlight by announcing its ambitious plans for the launch of 6G networks. Building on the success of its 5G deployment, China aims to set new benchmarks in wireless connectivity, revolutionizing various sectors and reshaping the way we live, work, and communicate. To comprehend the significance of China's 6G launch, it is essential to understand what 6G technology represents. 6G, the sixth generation of wireless technology, is envisioned as an unprecedented leap in mobile connectivity, surpassing the capabilities of its predecessor, 5G. The key objectives of 6G are to deliver ultra-high speed and low latency connections, support the massive Internet of Things (IoT) ecosystem, and enable the seamless integration of cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, and quantum computing. China's commitment to establishing itself as a global leader in 6G is evident from the substantial investments and focused research efforts being directed towards its development. The Chinese government has outlined a comprehensive roadmap aiming for early commercialization of 6G by 2030. Several leading Chinese technology companies and research institutes, such as Huawei, ZT, and the China Academy of Information and Communications Technology, CAIT, are actively involved in developing the foundational technologies and industry standards for 6G networks. The potential applications of 6G are vast and encompass various sectors, including healthcare, transportation, manufacturing, entertainment, and more. In healthcare, for instance, 6G could facilitate real-time remote surgeries, patient monitoring, and personalized healthcare services through AI-enabled systems. The transportation sector could benefit from 6G's ultra-reliable and low-latency communications, enabling enhanced vehicle-to-everything V2X connectivity, autonomous driving, and smart transportation systems. Furthermore, 6G's capacity to support holographic communication and immersive experiences could revolutionize the entertainment industry, enabling interactive and realistic virtual environments. One of the key differentiators of 6G is its ability to integrate quantum technologies. Quantum computing and communication hold immense potential for revolutionizing information processing and encryption. With 6G, China aims to explore quantum key distribution, QKD techniques, secure quantum communication, and harness the power of quantum computing to address complex computational challenges.
Okay, any comments on that? Okay, got some need to know information right here.
The ultimate combo from Optimum. Sign up and get 1 gig internet for as low as 50.
Okay.
Roughly 600 cities here in the United States are now being warned. that the city is going to be taken over. We are seeing just mass panic from the American people. We're seeing panic from lawmakers, and we're seeing panic from the federal government. What's happening right now is going to impact every single one of us. I want to break down what is going on, because what we are seeing right now is a crisis unfolding. And this is something that we knew was coming, but now residents are pushing back. The citizens of those cities are warning that things are going to go from bad to worse. Now, I'm going to break down what's going on in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So a couple things that we need to go over first. First thing I want to do is I want to show you this map. This map is the problem. Where all these yellow squares are is a county that's creating a problem. All these red squares is a city that's creating a problem. And these green squares are states that are part of this problem. But before I address that map, I want to show you a video clip, because this is what we are facing. Residents are fired up. And these are residents in places like Boston, Massachusetts, Seattle, Washington, Denver, Colorado, Chicago, Illinois, New York, San Francisco, California. People are just irate. Just look at this video, and this will explain exactly what I'm talking about. Just look at this right here.
Don't give a fuck about the motherfuckers that was born and get raised, man. Y'all raised to get rich. So I can't afford to live here, but y'all gonna bring some other here? That doesn't add up. It doesn't make no sense. None. I'm homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and can't pay to live here. How the fuck are y'all gonna bring somebody else here? Don't make no sense. None.
This is in Boston, Massachusetts, okay? Where what this homeless person is yelling for is because the city has now closed down a rec center in order to house illegal immigrants. So what residents are fed up with, and this is not just in Boston, this is in many cities across the United States. Just look at this one, for example. It says Colorado residents in uproar over rumors that Lakewood could become a sanctuary city for migrants. It says Denver, a self-declared sanctuary city, has expressed it is at its limits with housing migrants. Lakewood says it is not considering becoming a sanctuary city. However, this was just posted today on February 8th. Here's the problem. It doesn't matter just because someone says we don't plan on becoming a sanctuary city. The problem is it's the states. It's not just the cities, it's the states as well. Okay? Look at this one right here. Okay? Again, this is one from a couple weeks ago. It says Chicago Democrat urges officials to remove sanctuary city status as residents suffer. It says we are not happy. Now, here's the reality of the situation that we're in. Okay? I want to show you this really quick. It says new reality of what it means to be a sanctuary city hitting home for residents. I want to read you a couple things that they're saying. Okay? Because again, this is a problem and this is what we're facing. This is the reason why this map right here is so important. Because in the yellow, these are sanctuary counties. In the red, these are sanctuary cities. Okay, Seattle, Washington, right? You got Portland, Oregon. You got San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Jose, right? Denver, Colorado. Again, all these are sanctuary cities in the red. And the green are states, okay? But I want to show you this right here. It says, and this is from a Boston City councilor, okay? Erin Murphy. She says, we have schools now, teachers who have class sizes that are increasing, students that don't have the support to help. We have hospitals that patients are in the hallway right now. Goes on to say, there's a concern that their local resources are going to be depleted. So I think it's shedding light on what it means to be a sanctuary city. Residents are standing up, okay? They are standing up because a sanctuary city, just to give you an idea, is a city that it almost refuses to cooperate with the federal government over enforcing immigration law. Okay, it also would limit their cooperation with ICE, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And so that's the problem, is that they're almost putting together their own laws. And we're already seeing the backlash all across the United States. But again, I want to show you this map here. Just look at this, okay? Look at all the counties in Washington State, in Oregon, the ones in Colorado right here. You see over here in Texas, there's nothing, okay? Texas is fighting back. Even right here in New Mexico, okay? It's a sanctuary state. They have 2 sanctuary counties, okay? Over here in California, again, a lot. Look over here. We can even zoom in over here in New York, okay? So look in New York, right here, okay? It is, again, it's technically not a sanctuary state, but look at the cities around this area. Boston, in New York, Philadelphia, okay? Baltimore, we got over here, in Chicago, right over here, right? In Michigan, okay? A lot of people are upset by this, but here's what I can tell you. There's not much we can do. There's honestly not much we can do. Even want to show you this. Look at the date on this. It's Monday, April 10th, 2023. This is from a U.S. Senator, Tim Scott, okay? Tim Scott's a Republican, all right, from South Carolina. It says, Senator Scott and colleagues introduced the Stop Dangerous Sanctuary Cities Act. This is back last year. Think about that. We're trying to stop sanctuary cities. Now, a lot of people are saying they're all for immigration, done through the right way, done through the proper channels. But here's the issue. Cities are going up against the federal government, okay? And again, they're creating sanctuary cities, sanctuary states, sanctuary counties, right?
Do you know you can get funding for your business or investments without paying any interest? There are
the problem. The problem is, and this is coming from many lawmakers across the United States, that you look at this. Let me zoom in a little bit. You look at this map right here, okay? The problem is, look at all this color. Look at all this, okay? Look down here in Texas, okay? What they're saying is, why is Texas the one being hammered? Because they are upholding the law, the federal law, by not allowing people into their state. But all the other ones, all the other states that are allowing this, they're almost being rewarded for going up against federal law, because it's the Biden administration's agenda that's causing this, that's hurting the American people. All I can tell you right now, a lot of people are pushing back. A lot of people are asking the tough questions. Why are illegal immigrants that are just now coming into the United States, why are they getting housing for free? Why are they getting food for free? Why are they getting health care for free? Why are they getting all this stuff? They're getting an expedited work permit if they're claiming asylum.
Right.
Why are they getting all this stuff when we have veterans that are homeless, that are being kicked out of some of these shelters? We have some that are homeless that don't get the health care that they need. They just don't get it. They don't get a free ride to some hospitals and clinics. They don't get that stuff. So why are we rewarding those that are doing or haven't done anything for the United States when the people that fought for this country are suffering? That's what many people are asking. So we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is the problem right now is some are looking to create more sanctuary cities, not remove them, create more. So just be warned, they could be coming after your city next. So as soon as we get more information as to what is going on, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing.
Okay, any comments on that? Okay. So I'm gonna open it up for some Q&A. Any questions or comments about anything we talked about, or anybody have any comments on last night? you get anything out of that, or somebody want to get clarified? Okay. All right. So yeah. So anyway, for those that don't know, we was dealing with Thor, and we was dealing with Serapis, Jesus, the lost years of Jesus, and one of the things that stuck out to me was the fact that you know, Jesus, when you're looking at who Thorpe is, and and how all that information come along, it came out of Egypt, right? And then when you understand who, it's a big debate on who did Jesus actually exist. And when you look at the evidence, you'll see that it's a guy Cain, but it was Caesarion. It was, like I said, it was Cleopatra and Julius Caesar had a son named Caesarion, and everybody is saying that the things that he was saying was in direct correlation with the mystery system that was in Egypt. So when you understand that and understand who Caesarion was, he had access to all that. And we know that because of the situation that happened when Julius Caesar got killed, Julius Caesar had an heir for Octavian. And Octavian came to kill him, so Cleopatra sent him away and hid him at 12 years old. And he hid him out in a monastery up in India. There's another Alexandria in India. And he went there and stayed there 30 years. I mean, till he was 30 years old. Then he came back to Jerusalem because of his, he had a brother and half brother and sister that Cleopatra had for Mark Antony, Thomas, twin, and Mary Magdalene. And he came back there, back to Judea, back to that area, that region, because his brother and sister. And like I said, he had been trained by these monks in the order of healing and all this different stuff. And plus, he had access to all those schools as a kid in Egypt to fit those mystery systems and all that. And his mama was already considered a goddess, a god from while she was alive, and his daddy was also considered a god, ordained a god. So he was born, when he came into the world, he was son of two gods. So imagine that status. He already had all that. So it was nothing that he didn't have no access to at his fingertips. And so anyway, when he came back, Octavian killed him. With no resurrection. It's just that they had a cult. They had all these cult followings from his father's cult and his mama's cult, and they just they raised him up. And they took all of the information that they had from previous messiahs, born and dying messiahs, and they put it on him. And the reason why it stuck was because, like I said, he actually came, and he was actually a living person that came and died. And that's when they deified him. But you don't take my word for it. You just do the research. Just you can start out by going to Google and type in Caesarion. And by the way, son of Isis. That's what Jesus is, which is wasn't no J. It's Issa. That's his name. You go to the original 1611 King James Bible, and you'll see Issa in there because it wasn't no J. So who is Issa? Son of Isis. Right. Okay. So with that being said, nobody have no comments or no questions about anything. I'm gonna read a couple chapters out of Jeremiah, and then we'll if anybody come up with something, we'll talk about it. If they don't, we'll close out. And again, I wanted to apologize for this morning because I got jacked up. So okay. Okay. Okay, we go to Jeremiah, I think it's chapter 10. We start reading chapter 10. Somebody want to read chapter 10? Okay. Give me a minute.
If you are reading, we are not hearing.
Okay. I'm in Jeremiah chapter 10. Okay. It says, hear the word of which the Lord hath speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain. For one cuts the tree out of the forest, the works of the hands of the workman with the axe. They decketh it with silver and with gold, and they fasten it with nails or with a hammer, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speaketh not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. But not be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doeth it obtain, for as much as among all the wise men of the nations, and in all their kingdoms, there is none like unto thee. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities. Silver spreadeth into plates is bought from Tarshish, and gold from Upas, and the work of the workman, and the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men. But the Lord is the true God. He is the living God and the everlasting King. At his wrath, the earth shall tremble, and the nations shall not be able to abide his indignation. Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and from under these heavens. Be ye, it says, he hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom. He hath stretched out the heavens by his direct discretion. When he utters his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightning with rain, and he breaketh forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity, and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Gather up the wares out of the land, O inhabitants of the fortress. For thus saith the Lord, behold, I will fling out the inhabitants of the land at this once, and will distress them, that they may find it so. Woe to me for my hurt. My wound is grievous. But I say, truly, this is a grief, and I must bear it. My tabernacle is spoiled, and all my cords are broken. My children are gone forth of me, and they are not. There is none to stretch forth my tents anymore, and to set up my curtains. For the pastors are become brutish, and have not sought the Lord. Therefore, they shall not prosper, and all their flocks shall be scattered. Okay, let me put this down. So all their flocks shall be scattered. Behold, the noise of the root is come, and the great commotion out of the north country, to make the cities of Judah desolate, and a den of dragons. O Lord, know that the way of men is not in himself. It is not a man that walketh to direct his steps. O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name, for they have eaten up Jacob, and devoured him, and consumed him, and have made his habitation death. So I just want to pick up off of 25 before I forget about it. We can see right here, this is Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah. So we know the time frame when Jeremiah lived was when he came and witnessed to the Israelites and warned them about Nebuchadnezzar was coming. So we see right here with this wording, and this is a lot of what deception came in when they came and started messing with our scriptures. Understanding that it's a cycle. Israel messing up, the Lord judging them. So that's how they created JC off of that understanding. So we'll see right in 23 it says it's dealing with Babylon and Nebuchadnezzar. It says 23, O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So that man, the Lord of hosts is behind. He direct the man's steps, like David said. 25, pour out. This is Jeremiah talking to the Lord. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not upon thy name. That's where we at today. We're in the same position. It's people that don't know Yahweh. But because of the New Testament, they think they all got, they know him some kind of way, or they got some kind of understanding of him, but they don't know him. Because the person they're dealing with is a figment of their imagination. It was concocted. So it's even more so today. They spewing out bull crap, but they don't know him. They don't understand it. So he says, pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not upon thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob, Psalms 83. They have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him, and have made his habitation death. So it's nothing new. This when you look at this, you would think this is when Antiochus came. But this is when Nebuchadnezzar came. And so we say, what are you talking about? Well, look how vicious this was. This was the time when the Lord of hosts passed our judgment on doing Babylon. But guess what? He brought them back. He came back and got them and brought them back. So imagine what his fury and his indignation was like when Antiochus came. That's why we're in the state that we're in. He brought Israel to nothing, desolate, but then he came and returned and brought them back. Raised up Joshua and raised up Zerubbabel and brought them back and rebuilt the temple. But they continued to do the same thing they were doing. Then he totally annihilated them to the point where we at today. But another thing I want to show you, it was 21. I was telling you about not only did he scatter the Israelites, we need these animals. We have flocks and herds. We need those flocks and herds in order to deal with him. Because 3 times a day, we making oblations to him in the temple. So we need those animals. And then we gotta have those to atone for our sins when we go to the temple. So we needed those animals. So when his indignation came to a full, like Daniel said, he scattered us, he scattered his word, and he scattered our flocks and our herds. So you see, 21 says, for the pastors are become brutish. That's the Levites, the people that's in charge of Israel, to bring forth the knowledge of the Creator and the Lord host. It says, for the pastors have become brutish and have not sought the Lord. Now here you go. I told you these flocks and herds are connected to the Israelite, especially to the priesthood. Therefore, they shall not prosper, right? The only way they can prosper is doing these sacrifices. And all their flocks shall be scattered. See that? We were scattered, flocks were scattered, and his word was scattered. Contrary to what these nutbuckets say. That's why we're in the state we in. We ain't got no sacrifice. We can't sacrifice. That's what he does. That's what he feeding off of. These angels feeding off sacrifices. So we ain't got nothing to sacrifice. We don't even know who the hell he is. His word gone. We just like ants in a gas tank. You don't stand a chance. So let me go back to something else I had saw. Yeah, this is, in case you don't know, Jeremiah chapter 10 is where the Christmas tree is at. In verses 1, it says, hear ye the word of the Lord, he speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them. So the heathens, like I was saying before, a prime example is the heathen can go and mix marriage and all that, and do all this mixed marriage and mix up with women, but we can't. Just like right here, we can't. They can go and worship the stars and the moon and all that, but we can't. And then he says, 3, for the custom of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest and worketh the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and with a hammer, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. So if you're doing this right here, if you're going looking for a Christmas tree, whether it's at Walmart, wherever, and you can take it to your house and set it up and deck it, something wrong. You just told you right here. It's wrong. You acting like a heathen to do that. Nut bucket. Let me read it again. 3, for the custom of the people. These are the people that don't know him, are vain. So if you do this, you vain. Are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of a workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and with a hammer, that it move not. That ain't a Christmas tree, I don't know what it is. So if you're doing this, if you're going through this cycle right here, every year, then you vain. And so how you expecting to get something from the Creator if you participate in this type of stuff? This way back during the time of Jeremiah. Okay. Any comments on that? That was chapter 10. Anybody got any questions, comments? Okay. Chapter 11 says, this is the broken covenant. Like I said, remember Jeremiah is talking to our forefathers before he's warning them about Nebuchadnezzar's coming and because of their sins. And that they turn their back on the Lord of hosts. So it says, verse 11, chapter 11 of Jeremiah says, the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, hear ye the words of the covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and unto the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant, which I command your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice, do them according to all which I command you, so shall ye be my people, and I will be your God, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Lord. Then the Lord said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and do them. For I honestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even to this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. So let's look at that. So this right here is no different than what Methuselah and Noah and Shem was doing before the flood, was protesting to the people. And they didn't get one response. Okay, so he's doing the same thing right here. It says, 47, I honestly protested unto you. That's what we doing today. I honestly protested unto you, unto your fathers, in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear. So you shouldn't be surprised. Okay? But walked everyone in his imagination of his evil heart. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, this Deuteronomy 28, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And the Lord said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my word, and they went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. Right? So we see right here, JCN did nothing. Our great-great-great-grandmother, great-great-grandfather, all of them been crying to him. Ever since they came and got the knowledge of who he was. He ain't saved. And the Creator telling us right here. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go, cry unto gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. That's where we at. For according to the number of the cities were thy gods, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem have ye set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or a prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. So this should be some marching orders for some people. He says, therefore, pray not thou for these people, neither lift up a cry for a prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. Right? So that should take a little relief off some people's shoulders. Okay? What have my beloved to do in my house, seeing she have wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee? When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. The Lord call thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit, with the noise of a great tumult. Ye have kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. For the Lord of hosts that planted thee have pronounced evil against thee, for the evil of the house of Israel and for the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves, to provoke me to anger and offer incense unto the Baal. And the Lord hath given me knowledge of it, and I know it. Then thou showest me their doings. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter, and I knew not that they had devised devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. So let's look at 19. You know, you hear this story all the time on Prophets of Awakening about the trees that's in the garden. They're not the fruit trees. The two trees that's in the midst of the garden is not fruit trees. And here go one of your examples right here. It says Jeremiah talking in chapter Jeremiah 11, verse 19. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter, and I knew not that they had devised devices against me. Jeremiah talking to the Lord about what the wicked Israelites doing to him, saying, let us destroy the tree. Let Jeremiah the tree with the fruit thereof. So they go the tree and the fruit. Jeremiah the tree. So what's the fruit? It's knowledge, what he got. Understanding. There ain't no apple. See that? And let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. But, O Lord of hosts, that judges righteously, that trieth the reins of the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee I have revealed my cause. Okay? Therefore, thus saith the Lord of the men of Antioch that seek my life, saying, prophesy not in the name of the Lord, that thou die not by our hands. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, and their sons and their daughters shall die by famine, and there shall be no remembrance of them, for I will bring evil upon the men of Antioch in the year of their visitation. Okay, so that was Jeremiah chapter 11. Any comments on that? Okay, I'll read one more chapter, chapter 12. Jeremiah complaint and God's answer. Righteous art thou, O Lord, when I plead with thee, yet let me talk with thee of thy judgments. Wherefore do the way of the wicked prosper? Wherefore are all they happy that deal very treacherously? Thou hast planted them, yea, they have taken root, they grow, yea, they bring forth fruit. They go to fruit again. Thou art near in their mouth, for far from their range. But thou, Lord, knowest me, that thou hast seen me, tried me, mine heart toward thee, pull them out like the sheep for the slaughter, and prepare them for the day of slaughter. How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? The beasts are consumed, the birds because they said, He shall not see our last end. If thou hast run with the footmen, and they have wearied thee, then how canst thou contend with horses? And if in the land of peace, wherein thou trustest, they weary thee, then how wilt thou do in the swelling of the Jordan? Or even thy brethren in the house of thy father, even they have dealt treacherously with thee. Yea, they have called a multitude after thee. Believe them not, though they speak fair words unto thee. I have forsaken mine house. I have left mine heritage. I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hands of her enemies. Mine heritage is unto me as a lion in the forest. It crieth out against me, therefore have I hated it. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard, and they have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it desolate, and being desolate, it mourneth unto me. The whole land is made desolate, because no man layeth it to heart. The spoilers are come upon all the high places through the wilderness, for the sword of the Lord shall devour them, from one end of the land, even to the other end of the land. No flesh shall have peace. They have sown wheat, but shall reap thorns. They have put themselves to pain, but shall not profit, and they shall be ashamed of your revenue because of the fierce anger of the Lord. Thus said the Lord against all mine evil neighbors that touch the inheritance which I have caused my people Israel to inherit. Behold, I will pluck them out of their land and pluck out the house of Judah from among them. And it shall come to pass after that I have plucked them out, I will return and have compassion on them, and I will bring them again. I just told you that. I will bring them again, every man to his heritage, and every man to his land. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, the Lord liveth, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then shall they be built in the midst of my people. But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, says the Lord. So that was Jeremiah chapter 12. And so if you read that, you go back on your own time and examine it, it's another example of suffering servant. These are Levites he's talking about. He's talking to the Levites. He said he's gonna bring them back. And when he bring them back, if they do the right thing, diligently seek him and do what he told them, the covenant that he had with them. Let's look at 16. And it shall come to pass, if they, it's the Levites, will diligently learn the ways of my people, to swear by my name, the Lord liveth, and they taught. See that? Taught. The number one people that's doing teaching is the Levites. As they taught my people to swear by Baal. So they have went to Baal. They Baal worshiping, and they taught them that. So he's saying, I'm gonna send you to Babylon, and then when you come, I'm gonna come in to get you, bring you back here. And when I bring you back, if you teach them what I taught you in the beginning, my ways, just like you taught them the ways of Baal, then I'll deliver you. But if you don't, I'm gonna destroy you. And that's what got us over here. Because they came right back with the same thing. Okay, any comments, questions? Anybody good? Everybody good? Okay, yeah. So like I said, I had to handle up on something this morning, so came back tonight to, try to at least close Shabbat out. And I see everybody on Tuesday night for our advanced Bible stuff. Well, we got a clubhouse tomorrow at 12. And then if you don't come on there, I'll see everybody on Tuesday night for our advanced Bible study. So with that being said, I want to say shalom to everybody. And like I said, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Shalom.